Welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to do another unboxing of this LGB high-end locomotive, and this is the Shay. This is the West Side Lumber Company number 7. Product number 26702. This arrived in the States within the last week. I got it on Saturday the 18th, and let's do an unboxing. We'll do a lubrication, an initial review, and then we'll run it on the layout and see how it operates with smoke and lights. The engine weighs about 32 pounds in the box. So let's pull it out of the box and see what it weighs when it's off the mounting plate. The box contained a manual for the engine. It comes with a certificate of authenticity. The one thing this doesn't show me though is how many were made and what number this is of the total items produced. So the past couple of high-end locomotives I've seen have done the same thing. So I wish they would go back to putting the numbers on here of what was totally produced and what the number of this one engine was. But it is what it is. We also have some smoke fluid, a wrench to detach the engine from the plate, some air hoses, magnets, flags, some front and rear plates here. You've got a couple of knuckle couplers. These are not a working knuckle coupler. They're like a fake or a dummy. I'm not sure what the engine comes with, but we'll find out in a few minutes. Regular hook and loop couplers if you want to run with that. Some windows for the cab, so I'm assuming there's some assembly required to put those in. What we have here looks like these are the shades, the window shades. Looks like there's 4 of them, so there might be 2 extra. That's good, in case they get bent or lost. Pair of gloves. So now we'll pull this out of the box. So here's the engine outside of the box. And you can see it's been packaged pretty well. Got some nice foam pieces to protect the engine against the shipping plate. A lot of good detail. And I think I have to pull that cab roof off to get the windows installed. Here's the plug. This will plug into the engine right here. And there's also a clip that will go into this. It looks like it's a kinematic type of a coupler. It swings out and away from the engine as it turns around curves. That's nice. Switches for smoke and motors are right here on the top. I believe this is for the smoke. Nope, this is track. So that's track power, on and off. And this one must be for the smoke. And of course I can't get it off. Yeah, that's for the smoke. Here's a look at the top of the engine. Smoke fluid goes in the main stack, and that feeds all of the other smoke units in the engine. both the whistle and generator smoke. Let me get this turned around so we can see the business side of the engine. So here's the driveline side of the engine. Very nice. You can see that the engineering that went into this engine was very precise. And, you know, between oiling and greasing, the drive wheels, that's going to be imperative. All of this working cylinder apparatus here will need to be oiled up a little bit of oil and grease. And then here's the back truck. Obviously it's got some pieces that will hold it for shipping purposes. We'll see if I can take those off and if I need to put them back on when I go to store the engine. Lift the cab off. You have 4 magnets on the cab roof. The engineer and the fireman. Let's see how, yeah, they're in there pretty well. They don't move. That's good. Safety first. There's the back head. It does have a firebox glow, so we'll see how that works. I'm not sure if I have to open that or if it will show through some holes in the firebox. We'll find out. So let's go ahead, and looks like we got to put the windows in right in here and slide those in. I'll do that next. And you can see here that the pilot steps to come with the unit, they're kind of short here, and then of course you've got the longer ones if you wanted to install them. So I'm not going to do that today. I might do that for the next video. And also you can see that they have these are the Lincoln pin couplers, which is fine because all of my logging equipment is also Lincoln pin that I can use to attach to the engine. So I'm going to leave that the way it is. Hopefully I won't have to raise or lower that. We'll find out when I get the engine on the track to run it. And here's the unit tipped on its side on a piece of foam. And I've removed the wing nuts off the plate. And now I'm just going to take these studs off with the washers, flip the unit over, give it a good greasing and oiling, and then hook up the rear truck, and we'll go put it on the layout and see how it runs.